All right, welcome to the second episode of the Talking Ball podcast. And quite a bit has happened since our first episode. Definitely still trying to, I wouldn't call it trying to figure this whole thing out, but definitely a lot of feedback we've gotten is pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a cool first episode. I had a bunch of people swipe up on my stories telling me, "Oh yeah, I'll give it a listen." Like,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. I have some people saying like, "Oh, can I recommend stuff that you guys can talk about?"
Mm-hmm.
Still haven't heard back from those people, but I think they'll probably give it a listen when this episode comes out.
Right. And just everything with, hearing from, I've heard from some people I haven't heard from in a long time. But I've also, got a shout out, my godfather, Greg, back in Michigan, big Tigers fan, him and his whole family, they're great. And, definitely everything with the Tigers is neat. I also got a shout out, the boy, Davies, the dropout. You know who you are. We were talking about the whole Giants managerial situation, but this man, the wild card was definitely very interesting.
Yep, I think it's now time we probably mourn the fallen teams that had not made it past the wild card round. Maybe
Yeah.
look back at our bracket predictions.
We don't gotta dwell on the Reds.
I mean, I made a joke with my family over the weekend. I was like, you know what? Like, I don't know if anyone watching is Reds fans. I don't know if we have enough people watching.
Right.
Enough that even are Reds fans. I described the Reds versus Dodgers as the Dodgers going through a tutorial level in a video game.
Literally, yes.
They were just a stepping stone. Like, I'm sorry, Reds. Yes, you worked your tail off to earn that spot because Lowell Mets happened, but you probably shouldn't have been there to begin with.
Right.
Because of the expanded seating. But hey, I mean, at least you can say you made it.
Yeah, and then there was the whole thing with the the debate. Like I saw Bob Costas talking about MLB Network where he was pleading the case where the Reds and the Mets should have played a game 163 tiebreaker, right? Because the new rules with whichever team has the tiebreaker between two teams with identical records is gonna advance, but in the past they would play the one game tiebreaker game, which was always interesting. But
yeah, I hadn't really thought about that. I'm not completely against the whole season series tiebreaker. Like, it really makes you look back at and think, like, if you miss the playoffs, like how the Mets did, you look back and you're like, wow, those games that we kind of just didn't really care about, we
right,
probably could have won those games, or we probably should have
yeah,
those games, because you look back, like, it was the same thing with the Giants. Like, you look back at getting swept by the Pirates and Marlins, you're like, dang, we at least should have won, like, at least one or two of those games, because they were only 4 games away from a wild card spot.
yeah.
It could have been them getting their butts kicked by the Dodgers.
Mm-hmm. But it, there were. I saw this stat last week where it was like, in all of since 2022, when the wild card series started, the road team was always, or not always, the road team was like 8-12 in those series, because in these new wild card series, all the games are played at the team with the better records ballpark the whole time, and so.
Yeah, I mean, there still is a home field advantage when you have the wild card.
Right.
Uh,
Which definitely probably played into not probably, it definitely played in the Dodgers' favor, but I don't think it was a shocker that the Dodgers steamrolled through that one, passing the Reds. And then on the other side of the NL wild card, the Padres, boy, they got robbed at the end of that game.
Padres fans are going to use that as a bit of copium, but if Tatis, Machado, and Arise, well, I think Arise did all right in the series, but if Tatis and Machado can't get going, then they didn't have a chance to begin with.
They didn't really do anything, did they?
No, Machado had one hit, and that was his home run in Game 2. That's the only reason they won that game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, their pitching pitched incredible for them, but just nothing to show for it. And you can't win games like that. Like the Cubs exposed Tatis specifically.
Yeah.
He chased everything out of the zone, like sliders away, change ups low.
Right.
He was just chasing. I think he was trying to maybe play a little too much hero ball, trying to just swing for the fences too much. But I don't know. I don't know what runs through his head. But something funny that I saw after the series, even after the Cubs clinched Game 3, I saw their general manager AJ Preller just pacing back and forth down the right field line on the phone.
Interesting.
Nobody knows who he was talking to, but the interesting thing is that he is at the end of his contract now with the Padres.
Oh, really?
Yes, he will either become a free agent general manager or the Padres will try to bring him back. I think Padres fans, I don't speak as a Padres fan, but as a fan of baseball, I'm assuming the Padres will want him back.
I would assume so too.
Because he is a good general manager for baseball.
Yeah.
He makes those gutsy moves. We saw at this trade deadline, he gave up a top 3 prospect in all of MLB for a white hot reliever.
Yeah, it was like his name was like DeVries or something, right?
Yeah, Leo DeVries.
DeVries. Yeah.
A's top prospect, MLB's pipeline's number 3 prospect for Mason Miller. I mean, it was a good trade. I think the A's will reap the benefits in a few years because I believe DeVries is only like 20.
Yeah. Yeah, you could say it was probably a win-win because the Padres have their de facto closer now, and the A's will yet again acquire some young, high-ceiling prospect where, as we saw this year with the A's with the surgence of Jacob Wilson and Nick Kurtz. Those are 2 young guys.
Yeah.
Where one of I figure that one of those 2 guys will be the American League Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, I definitely have my money on Kurtz. It's got to be.
You think
Kurtz.
so?
Oh yeah, he hit like prime Judge for a whole summer.
Right.
Like he was incredible, and this was all as a rookie.
Yeah. So that is definitely interesting. And so then on the other side of the postseason bracket, we had Detroit and Cleveland. That wasn't a shocker that it took all 3 games to get that one decided, but I think it was again the timely hitting of the Tigers in Game 3 of that series that they just exploded for like a five spot, like in the 7th or something.
Yeah, and this is where I think both of our brackets got screwed up from
Yeah.
here on out because we both had Cleveland winning because they were white hot.
They were,
and they stormed back, won their division. Storybook kind of ending, and then it just Tigers just I don't know something woke up in them, like they were playing like how they were the first half of the year.
Well, Skubal shoved in that first game.
14 strikeouts,
Yeah.
domination game 1, timely hitting by Torkelson.
Yeah.
And then game 2.
Game 2 was Rocchio.
Yeah,
for Cleveland.
A little unfortunate. Brian Rocchio have a bounce back second half after getting sent down.
Yeah. He was the one who hit the game winner in game 162 to clinch the division, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Not known for his power, but came alive. Definitely, I think Cleveland's looking forward to seeing him next year, see where he goes from there. But yeah, I just was not expecting Detroit, of all teams, to bounce back after the way they crumbled at the end to make the ALDS.
I mean, that's just a great example, where all you got to do is have a good enough record to get into the playoffs and anything can happen, right?
Yeah, it's a fresh slate.
Yeah, it's all the guardrails are off as soon as you get into the postseason. Like speaking of no guardrails, they were saying the other night the Dodgers had Glasnow and Kershaw in their bullpen. So, they teams with those kinds of players can do that. And then for those East Coast baseball fans in the metropolitan area, that Yankees Red Sox series again was probably deserved maybe a best of 5.
Yeah, this was by far the best series.
Yeah.
Easily. Game 1, Aroldis Chapman comes in, bases loaded,
Yeah.
bottom 9.
That was like vintage Chapman.
Cleans it up, gets them the win. Then game 2 was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
That was Trevor Story's game.
Yeah.
Uh,
He had a clutch homer in that one, right?
Yep, he had I believe a 2-run single to tie it, and then had a solo homer to tie it, and it just wasn't enough. Like the rest of Boston's offense kind of fell apart. I think Jarren Duran went like one.
Yeah, he had
he went like 1 for 12 in the series.
And he had a couple flubs out in the outfield, right?
Yeah, he had that really bad fielding mistake. I wouldn't call it a mistake. He kind of just like screwed himself. He like blinded himself by putting his glove in his face. Couldn't see where the ball was, and that was ultimately not the winning run, but that could have changed the game.
Yeah. And so with the LDS series underway, I think yesterday we had game 2 of I want to start with Toronto, New York. I don't follow the Yankees. I mean, I know everybody knows they have talent. Everybody knows they have Judge, but they had Fried going last night in game 2, and the Blue Jays just teed off.
Yeah.
I mean, to think that what they did in game 1 on Saturday was impressive, and then they just come back and do it again.
Yeah, I will give you 2 players that single-handedly killed the Yankees on Sunday.
Yeah.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Yes.
and Trey Yesavage.
I was gonna say Yesavage.
Trey-
That's the new awesome name.
Trey Yesavage, probably the best last name in baseball right now.
Yeah.
He absolutely put the Yankees in a blender with 12 strikeouts, I believe,
Yeah.
in 5 1/3 innings. Personally, I think he should have at least pitched 6, but I don't know what John Schneider is thinking. I personally am not the biggest John Schneider fan. I think he overmanages a lot, and it kind of showed in that garbage time of the game.
Yeah.
The Yankees kind of stormed back a little bit, making a little nerve-wracking, but
They did.
ultimately it didn't matter. But
I know that they had a demoralizing moment in game 1 where I think the Yankees, they had the bases loaded at one point with no outs and they didn't score.
yeah, I didn't really watch game 1. I watched all of game 2 yesterday though. I saw Vladdy's grand slam live.
That was
very epic.
That was like yeah. That was a major moment.
And I was like watching his at bat the whole time. This was when they like went to the bullpen. It was against Will Warren.
Yeah.
I saw Vladdy after he took after he took a 1-0 slider outside. He was like nodding his head. He was like the meme of like, okay, I understand it now.
Yeah.
And then he gets a middle in sinker and just
He just
absolutely
nuked it.
pummeled it.
Yeah. That's like vintage Vladdy Jr. I mean, yeah, saying vintage. I mean, he hasn't been playing like forever, but he's been playing long enough where he has had some moments, but that grand slam yesterday, like I could only imagine what it must have felt like to be in that building.
Yeah, like Rogers Center is definitely a ballpark I'd want to go see a playoff game. Like,
well, if you're one of the people that wants to try to go to, if you want to have the aspiring goal to go to every single major league ballpark, I mean, you gotta do go to probably either go do Comerica in Detroit and then maybe take a stop in Toronto and then go down the rest of those East Coast places. But that was, I mean, Rogers Center, I just have memories of watching Joey Bats.
oh
Jose
yeah,
Bautista. He would light that place up in those playoff years, those playoff runs that they had. But that was definitely very interesting.
Yeah, crazy how much a decade makes a difference.
Yeah.
Who the postseason heroes are.
Right. And then I think we gotta put a quick spotlight up in Seattle. Kudos to the Mariners for winning their first home playoff game
in 24 years.
24 years.
That is insane.
That's ridiculous.
We were not even born.
Nope. But I've been fortunate enough to go to a couple of games at it was Safeco.
T-Mobile Park.
Hey, are you one of those people that like calls ballparks by like the names that like you knew, like,
Yeah, sometimes like
growing up and stuff?
I think everyone will agree with me on this one specifically. Everyone knows how Minute Maid Park was
Minute Maid
changed
Park.
to Dyken Park.
That's
That sounds terrible.
Yeah. Another one that comes to mind is I still call the Brewers Ballpark Miller Park.
I still call it too, but it's called like Family
American Family Field.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's an insurance company.
like that's interesting. Like it's okay.
Yeah.
And I used to remember Seattle as Safeco, but I actually do call it T-Mobile Park now.
T-Mobile Park. Yeah.
Like I'm kind of used to it. Like
It's
sometimes
hard to miss when you go and see it. It's just bright purple letters that and the T-Mobile logo. But
yeah, I think it was the same thing with the Seahawks. Like I think they were also called like Safeco Field because I think they had
no,
the
the Seahawks. What was it called? You know what?
It's
It was called something before. It's now Lumen Field.
Yeah, it's Lumen Field. That was changed like during COVID or something.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was something off the top of my head. I don't know.
Yeah, I forgot what it was.
But those the Gritty Mariners, they had some clutch at bats yesterday. I think it was Polanco that had the 2 homers.
yeah, they got to Scooble.
Yeah,
That's the biggest thing out of that series so
Yeah.
far. They tied it up, and now they're going to Detroit. They can potentially win it on the road,
Mhm.
or they can split it, come back home, and win a game 5 at home.
get that extra home field advantage.
But if they do have to come back home for game 5, that might mean they have to face Scooble one more time.
Maybe that might be what happens.
Yeah, and with how Julio Rodriguez is hitting, I'd say that they definitely have a good shot to out-hit Detroit's pitching.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was watching. I think it was game one on Saturday because it went 11 innings, and the Tigers closer Will Vest,
Yeah.
he was lights out.
Yeah, Will Vest's been a reliable closer. Kind of shared it with Kyle Finnegan halfway
Mhm.
through the season, but then I think Finnegan. I don't even know if Finnegan's on the roster or he's more of like a long reliever now.
Maybe.
But yeah, Will Vest has been their fireman throughout the year.
Mm-hmm. And then, before I wanna talk about Milwaukee and Chicago before LA and Philly, but I mean it was game 1 in Milwaukee, and Bush hit that homer in the first inning, and I was like, whoa! But then the Brewers exploded.
Yeah, then the breaks came apart immediately. I fully believe that. I think I said in the first episode that the Brewers pitching is going to be lights out, and the Cubs are not going to be able to keep up.
Yeah.
The Cubs offense could not keep up.
Nope.
Everyone besides Michael Bush.
Yeah. PCA did nothing. Seiya Suzuki didn't really do anything.
And I felt so bad for Nico Horner. I was watching him play. He had like 3 strikeouts in game 1. He did kind of salvage his day with a home run in garbage time, but he had a really bad error that led to 2 more runs in the second inning, I believe, in that 6-run second.
Yeah.
It was just an ugly game of baseball by the Cubs.
Yeah.
In game 1. I believe almost everybody in the lineup for the Brewers got a base hit. Jackson Chourio had 3 hits in 2 innings.
He got hurt though.
Yes, he did get hurt. He had to come out with a hamstring, I believe. I haven't seen anything. He might be out for tonight's game too, just to be safe.
Probably.
But they're gonna need him healthy.
Oh yeah. Well, I know he can hit. Can he run?
They could potentially try to DH him, but what do you do? But what do you do with Yelich?
Oh yeah. Well, because they could, if they have a situation late in the game where they still have Chourio on the bench where he could hit, put that in the situation, and if he reaches base, like pinch run for him or something. But,
yeah, you could do that. That also is a good transition into what the Dodgers are doing.
Oh yeah,
with their game plan.
Those stinking Dodgers.
So the Dodgers' game plan is they don't have a full healthy starting lineup.
Nope.
Max Muncy and Will Smith are both a little banged up still.
Yeah, Will Smith. I think Dave Roberts pinch hit Will Smith in game 1, and he did not look comfortable one bit in that at bat.
No, not at the plate.
No.
He hadn't taken an at bat. I think they said for 24 games. So that's over a month of not taking an at bat.
Yeah.
Like there's a difference between like practice ABs and then like real time at bats.
Yeah.
He looked completely out of it. I think he knows he's kind of just there to sub in when he needs to.
Yeah. I mean,
he did good catching.
Yeah.
But the real star of game 1 in this series so far was Teoscar Hernandez.
Teoscar Hernandez. That
Uh,
dude never ceases to amaze.
Dodgers fans I saw on Instagram were super bipolar with this game because not only did Teoscar have that really lousy play in right field,
Yeah,
allowing an extra run to potentially
he
score.
he let up on it, which was
Um,
interesting.
he then hits the game-winning 3-run home run off of Matt Strahm in the 6th inning,
Yeah,
right after they take out Christopher Sanchez.
I mean, I was kind of bummed last offseason when he re-signed with the Dodgers because, I mean, he just, as soon as he came to LA, I just feel like, well, if any player who plays for the Dodgers is going to get national spotlight, right? But if a dude in his first year wins the home run derby like he did, and then he comes back on a little bit of a bigger deal, and now he keeps having like these kinds of postseason moments.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to become an all-time Dodger.
Yeah.
He finally found himself a home. Like, I'm happy for him.
Well,
It's
sure.
just unfortunate he's a Dodger.
Yeah. He's a good player.
Yeah, he's a great player.
Yeah. But I mean, Ohtani was he pitched 6 or 7.
I believe he went 6. I think Dave Roberts said he was going to go
They wanted
as
to get at
long as he
least
could.
6 out of him.
6 or 7 innings.
Yeah.
And then they brought in Glass now
Oh, okay.
in the 7th inning, I believe, or the
Yeah.
8th inning. Because Glass now is also not 100%. So he's going to be used either as like an opener or a long-term reliever.
Yeah, and what did I see? Ohtani and Sasaki were like the first Japanese pitching duo to win a postseason game or something.
Yeah,
Sasaki's the closer.
He's the closer. Don't know if I'd still pay a closer that much money, but I'm assuming he'll be back in the rotation next season.
Probably.
But yeah, that's the current playoffs right now. Dodgers leading 1-0. Milwaukee up 1-0. Toronto can clinch on Tuesday in the Bronx. And Detroit is going home with a series tie, and they will also be playing tomorrow on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious to see how the American League lines up. The National League seems a little top heavy right now.
Yeah.
I really hope the Phillies get their butts in gear though.
Well, I feel like they gotta pull one out tonight, or else they are in deep trouble.
Yeah, they have to figure out
to LA for 2.
I think I said this in the first episode too. They have to figure out Dodgers pitching. Like Dodgers pitching is no slouch.
Kyle
especially their
Schwarber
bullpen.
looked way out of sorts.
Yeah, Schwarber. Yeah, if I can get a Phillies hitter to hit a curveball, that would be fantastic.
Schwarber. I remember watching a bat on Saturday night. It was like in a clutch situation where I think the Phillies had multiple men on base and Schwarber came up.
Yeah, I think he had the bases loaded.
Yeah, and he drew it to a full count, and then, I mean, Ohtani couldn't have thrown a better curveball on the lower outside corner, right on the edge.
Yeah,
it was nasty pitch.
Yeah, like Schwarber, Turner, Bryce Harper, they were pretty ineffective in Game 1.
Yeah,
I know Turner's still not 100%, but they at least got to get on base and stuff. Like I think Turner and Harper and Schwarber combined only got on base like 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's not going to win them games. It's been their bottom of the lineup that's actually been carrying.
Yeah, and and in other baseball news, and talking about the managerial stories, we found out over the weekend that the Rangers found their new manager, Skip Schumacher.
Yeah, that's honestly, they must have, like, Bruce Bochy must have told the Rangers that he was going to step down in like September.
Well, and Schumacher was like with the Rangers organization this season, wasn't he? Like in a special,
I'm not sure,
advisory role or something.
He must have been, because he's a former manager, kind of set up to fail in Miami because
won manager of the year. It was that one season where they made the wild card.
Yeah, and then like 2024, I don't think Marlins fans want to go back to that season.
No.
They cut everything, like not just the managers.
Got rid of Chisholm.
Yeah, they got rid of everything.
Yeah.
Down to the bone. But I'm happy for Skip Schumacher. I think he has another chance at life being a manager. I thought he was a good manager.
Yeah.
And
got plenty of baseball experience. Growing up, I knew him from with the Dodgers, but
yeah, I think the Rangers probably had this plan for a while.
Yeah.
They just waited for Bochy to probably officially announce that he was leaving.
Right. And speaking of Bochy, Buster Posey made it pretty clear that they want to go. Like he is, he said the typical thing that a guy who used to play for Boch should say, where he's like, "Oh, great guy, done it all." And then Posey went on to say something like, if we the Giants, if Bochy wants to be involved with the Giants, like they could create some like special advisor role, but they want to go in a different, definitely more a younger direction, I think.
Yeah, I believe he said like Bochy, obviously Giants legend. He can get like any Giant organization role if he wants one. But he made it pretty clear that he's not going to be the next manager, which
he's not.
Honestly, thank God. Like,
well, I wouldn't go. I wouldn't go so far to say, "Oh my gosh, I'm so relieved that it's not going to be Bochy." I mean, I think just theoretically, if Bruce Bochy were to get rehired as the Giants manager, I would simultaneously be thrilled because this guy, all the success with the Giants. We grew up knowing the Giants, everything with the Giants was all about Bochy. But then at the same time, I was like, oh, he's on the older side, and the game of baseball now in all levels, I think, is moving towards this. It's a new generation of the way that the game is being played. More, innovative minds, more younger minds, I think too, and I think that it would be great, but I think it's for the direction that Posey wants to take the Giants. I don't think Bochy as the manager would be maybe the best fit, but definitely we've seen that one of the things that Buster Posey cares a lot about is like his former teammates and like former baseball colleagues, whether it's with the Giants or his fellow competitors. But
is this just a transition saying Nick Hundley's going to get hired?
Well, so like I think we saw yesterday John Heyman reported that the Giants have strong interest in Nick Hundley. So that wouldn't surprise me. I think because Nick Hundley played 2 seasons with the Giants, won the Willie Mack Award. And it's a quick story. I don't remember which year it was. It was obviously either 17 or 18, but I went down to spring training. And if you've ever been down to Giants spring training, they have an area kind of on the side where all the players enter for, whether it's a day where they have a game or a day where they have a workout. You can go right up to the entrance where the players, enter the building, like where their parking lot is, and you can see the players come in and park their crazy expensive cars, and then the players walk right past you. They have a gate set up, or like a metal boundary set up, and you can get their autographs. And so like I have 2 or 3 baseballs from 2 or 3 different times that I've been at Giants spring training with full of signatures. Like the first time I did it, I think was like 2015 or 2016, and so like I got, I haven't seen the ball in a while because it's packed away somewhere, but I know I got Nick Hundley's autograph. I know I got Ron Wotus's autograph, Matt Cain's autograph. I think I got Jeremy Affeldt, maybe Javier Lopez.
I think
Mac Williamson.
I think Lopez and Affeldt retired before that.
Did they? Oh, okay. Yeah, but then in 2022, spring training 22, I went back down, and I got another ball full of signatures. So,
please tell me you got like Jock Peterson's autograph.
No, I did get Darren Ruff though.
Oh, okay.
That was cool because for that one season, Darren Ruff kind of was one of the best players, so that was neat. But like I got Darren Ruff, Austin Slater. I think I got Dave Brundage's autograph. He's the manager of the River Cats.
Interesting.
Yeah, he showed up. So I got a bunch of miscellaneous ones. And so anyways, yeah, kind of going back to Nick Hundley, that wouldn't surprise me. I think if you're thinking about the pros and cons, I'll start with maybe one con. Obviously, he has no managerial experience, but
Yeah.
on the flip side, he's a catcher, and it's the years old story that a lot of former players who become managers in Major League Baseball were catchers. Like Stephen Vogt was a catcher, Bruce Bochy was a catcher,
Bob Melvin.
Yeah, that's a good example.
I feel like with the problem with that recently now, I feel like Stephen Vogt, I feel like is a 1 in a million kind of like success story in terms of managing.
Well, yeah, this is only his second season.
Yeah, and like he's had 2 good seasons.
Yeah,
and like made the playoffs. But I think the problem with that is like in the NFL, I think I made this reference last week. It's like when the Rams hired Sean McVay, everyone's trying to go for like something new, something unique. So you hire like a young, inexperienced coach. That's kind of what like how Stephen Vogt was. The Giants, I feel like, would be doing the same thing with Nick Hundley, and I just don't know if that's gonna end up well. I also talked to my dad about it. He claims that, at least for him, he would want Mark DeRosa.
Mark DeRosa, that's another name that came up.
Yeah, it's all just like former Giants, though. Like
I know.
I really feel like
they also. Sorry to interrupt you, but they mentioned the former Giants, but I also saw, a couple other names that have been thrown around. Jason Varitek,
I think would be a good one.
There's a guy from the University of Tennessee.
Oh, Tony Vitello. Okay. I need to like rant about this one a little bit. I really like Tony Vitello as a college coach.
College coach.
But the way he composes himself sometimes is not professional in any aspect for the MLB.
Yeah.
People only are theorizing that because we have Drew Gilbert, Blade Tidwell, and we just drafted Gavin Keelan.
Yep.
And I believe there's one more shortstop prospect from Tennessee.
Yeah.
People are thinking that, oh yeah, we have a bunch of volunteers that are ready for the show. So, well, we will obviously hire the coach that developed these players. I'm like, no, absolutely not.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He is young, but he has no baseball experience whatsoever.
Yeah. He
is a college coach, so keep him there.
Yeah. That definitely is a valid take. We've been mostly talking about baseball. I just want to quickly touch on, because we're both 49er fans. We got to just do a quick small little hit on the beginning of their season.
Yeah.
The fact that they're so injured
and they're 4-1.
Every single game that they played, honestly, they could have, more likely they deserved to lose, because they
I'd say Thursday night was the only game that they actually fought to win. That was the only deserved
Thursday night
win.
is one of the greatest victories the 49ers have had in a long time.
Yeah, Mac Jones absolutely worked his butt off for that win.
Mac Jones. I mean, we could go into a whole conversation, Brock Purdy versus Mac Jones, but I think definitely as we speak, 49ers are tied for the top record in the NFC.
I don't think they are.
Yeah, they are.
I thought that
they're tied with.
No, Seahawks lost.
They did, but no, I'm not talking about the NFC West. I'm talking about the NFC as a whole.
Oh,
so the Niners, the Niners, the Eagles, the Buccaneers,
are all 4-1,
and one other team. I saw it earlier, but yeah, they're all 4-1.
There's another team that's 4-1.
Yeah, there's 4 teams, including the 49ers.
The heck is it? The Cowboys?
No, not the Cowboys. But it's
interesting.
Definitely very interesting with what the 49ers have been doing.
Yeah, no Kittle, no Pearsall, no Jennings, no Bosa, no Purdy.
Detroit. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
The Lions.
Detroit.
So the Lions, the Buccaneers, the Niners, and the Eagles are all 4-1.
Detroit's had a really easy schedule, though, so far.
Yeah.
Although I can't talk. Well, apparently the Niners have the easiest schedule in football this year.
Yeah, last place schedule.
I mean, hey. If it's a season from hell, I'll take it.
Well, yeah, and I mean, they're gonna get George Kittle back in a couple weeks. They initially said he'd come back for this week against the Buccaneers, but it's more likely for the following week against the Falcons.
I'd say just keep him.
They gotta
keep them till 100%.
They gotta get their stars as healthy as possible. You gotta at this point you can't risk a Joe Burrow situation with Brock Purdy, because they said that he re-aggravated his toe injury, and it's the same toe injury that Joe Burrow had,
Yeah.
where Joe Burrow was so bad that he had to get surgery and is going to be out for another month and a half to 2 months.
Yeah, turf toe is no joke.
No, it is not. So, well, let's see. We got L.A. Philly and L.A. Philly tonight, as well as the Cubs and the Brewers.
Yeah, I believe the starters have already been announced. Let's see.
I think would it be not who's going for the Dodgers? Not Blake Snell.
The Dodgers, I believe they might be opening with Glass now.
Oh, it's going to be like a bullpen game?
I think so.
Yeah.
I believe the Cubs are going with Imanaga
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
for game 2 because
makes
that's all they have anymore.
Yeah.
They fried their bullpen
Yeah.
because they just couldn't the pitching just could not throw strikes.
Yeah.
And then for game 2, I'm assuming they either go Mizorowski for the Brewers
I forgot about that kid.
Yeah, Mizorowski or Jose Quintana.
Former Giant Jose Quintana, mind you.
Yeah, you have some options if you're the Brewers. You could even open with like Chad Patrick if
Yeah.
you want. They have options, which is why I think they're going to dominate again tonight.
Yep.
And then for the Dodgers, yeah, it's either got to be Glass now opening, or it could be Kershaw.
Or Kershaw.
Kershaw is on the roster now. He wasn't in the wild card. But yeah, it could either be him or Kershaw. I believe for the Phillies, it is Ranger Suarez.
Right, because not Jesus Luzardo, because Christopher Sanchez pitched in game 1.
Oh, it could be Luzardo too. I don't know, depending on what they're thinking. And obviously, this is must win for the Phillies tonight.
Oh yeah,
they can't go to LA down 2-0.
Yeah.
So they're gonna throw their best arm out there, whether it be Luzardo or Suarez. Both had really good years.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'd just go matchups at that point. Who can strike out Ohtani more often?
Right.
I'm assuming you would go with Luzardo at that point because I think he matched up against Ohtani better.
Is Luzardo lefty?
They're both lefties.
Okay.
And you also don't have. I don't think they have any more righties in their bullpen. They don't have Aaron Nola. They don't have Zach Wheeler. They're looking at a very uphill battle against the Dodgers right now.
Yeah.
That bullpen has to figure it out too.
Yep. Well, we will see how it plays out. By the next time we talk, we may know at least a couple of the championship series matchups. So
yeah. Oh yeah. One thing I saw when I was looking at the list of free agents this year, I was not aware that JT Realmuto is also an unrestricted free agent
really?
At season's end. Yeah, him and Schwarber.
Well, Realmuto is on the older side.
Yeah, Realmuto is on the wrong side of 30 almost. Looks like he's 34 and a half years old. He will be a free agent. I'm assuming Philly would bring him back for like another year or two because I don't think they have a replacement for him unless they think Weston Wilson is ready. But they put him in the outfield, so I don't think they trust him at catcher yet.
Very interesting.
But if anyone does want to sign him, he's a very solid catcher. Gets you at least like catches like 140 games minimum.
Yeah, pretty big knock in game 1.
Yeah,
clutch triple on the flub by Teo, as people call him, Teoscar Hernandez.
Yeah, and another interesting one is Trevor Story has an opt-out.
Really?
Yeah, so he could potentially...
Doesn't Bregman have an opt-out too?
Yes, Bregman is 100% going to opt out. I see no reason why he would not opt out to get more money. He had a very good season. Had he not been injured for a month, I think he could have been maybe an MVP candidate.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he's 100% opting out. Could become a Yankee as well.
Yeah.
Cody Bellinger has a player option. But I'm assuming he would opt into that because that would just be stupid to forfeit $25 million.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't see many big free agents. Oh, Kyle Tucker.
Yeah, Kyle Tucker. He kind of took a little dip in his performance.
Yeah, but that
later part of the season.
That was because he was hurt. He hurt his what was it? It was his ankle, I think. Just wasn't healthy for the wild card series either.
Yeah,
so that's why. That's another issue that they have right now. They're just not super healthy.
Yeah. So we will see what happens. We will keep our eye on the Giants managerial search because that will probably come to a conclusion sometime, hopefully soon.
Probably after the World Series, I assume.
You think so?
I think so. That's usually
They don't want
when-
to be like the Rangers.
Oh God, no.
and get their manager ASAP.
No, I think that I think the Rangers had a plan already.
Yeah,
They would not have
probably.
announced that so fast if they already had Skip Schumacher planned.
Right.
And also, I think the Giants now have more options opening up. Like, obviously, they're not going to hire these guys, but both Rocco Baldelli of the Twins
No.
and Brian Snitker of
Nope.
the Braves got fired.
Dave Martinez is also a quote coaching free agent, but I wouldn't go with him either.
I would have preferred Davey Martinez.
Really?
Oh, well, if I had to rank it, I'd do maybe Davey, Snitker, and then Baldelli. I
Yeah.
don't like Baldelli.
No, Rocco Baldelli. He
Wasted
the Twins
a
made
bunch
the
of talent.
playoffs once during his tenure, I think.
I think twice.
Oh, twice?
Yeah, they had that Bomba squad. No, 3 times technically. They
Three
had that
times.
Bomba squad season, 2019.
Oh, yeah.
That
So,
was the juice ball season.
juice balls. All right. Well, good stuff. We will see what happens with the rest of the division series matchups, and we'll talk to y'all on the next one.
Yeah, next week's going to dictate how my mood's going to affect the next episode, because if the Dodgers are still in the playoffs by next week, I'm not going to be happy.
Nope.
I will be very upset.
Come on, Phillies.
So go Philly for once in my life. I'm being a Phillies fan.
All right. Well, we will see what happens. All right. Talk to y'all on the next one.